So today I'm going to run through the effectively engaging new group members 10-step SOP. But with number one, what I say here is be sure your membership questions are optimized and optimized properly. Ask about our SOP. So let me just start with that really quickly, and then it'll lead into this whole process because engaging your members correctly and effectively, I've seen posts about this in some of the groups. I've had a couple people reach out and ask me for an updated training on this. But what we really show people in one of our main SOPs, the one I said ask about, is how to fully optimize our group for monetization. Now, part of that, and you'll see the fourth of the main four aspects, is really approaching the members. And that's what I'm going to focus on today. But all these things come into play. Most importantly, and I'm going to run through briefly on this, but you guys can ask about the SOP or how to get this or the full training on it. But again, today's more about engaging the members specifically. But if your group description and entry questions aren't dialed in, this is going to be a big fault. The group description to an extent, the entry questions even more so. Right. So like example one, a bit more aggressive with calls to actions. And we can try this as well in our group, depending on what it is. Specific description is basically the same as the group's welcome post. So that's a good way you can do this. And we'll talk about welcome posts and how those come in, because a welcome post shouldn't just be, hey, welcome all our new members, Bob, Joe, Susie, Jim, boom, glad to have you here, right? It should offer value always. And there should be an objective for that to get people to engage. Not just say, thanks, I'm happy to be here, boom. And then they go back away for 3 months until you run a cool event, right? So we show you exactly how to structure these things. Another example with a more subtle with only one call to A, and that is to actually join a different group or join a different community, whatever that may be. Example three, very similar to structure two. Engineering your group description. There's a whole thing on this. I'm not going to go too much into the group description, but what I would like to talk about very much is the entry questions. And that's why that was number one on my SOP that we're going to dive back into just about this, is making sure these are dialed in. And I'll show you some examples, and I'm going to go through it in real time. My screen here on desktop, and I'm going to can't show you on this on the phone. I'm also going to bring it up on my mobile and run through the process because it's actually more efficient and easier. And as you both know, the user interface as you should all know, right? The user interface on desktop as to mobile have a bunch of different subtleties and intricacies and nuances. So I'm going to try to run through all that. But step one, this is we're just trying to find out what people are looking for. So this is great for market research and how to build out future content, right? If you keep hearing the same thing over and over, so you'll see this question. We like to send free in-depth trainings to new group members. What would you say is the biggest bottleneck in your business? Is it leads? Is it sales? Is it scale? Like, what is it, right? Boom. Once we start to see similar trends, that maps out great content and lead magnets we can create. Number two is usually a capture. Now, whether for your funnel you want to capture SMS or email is totally up to you, whatever's more applicable to your CRM or your outreach approach. But basically, what's your best email address to send our free course to? 4.5 hour worth of curriculum that shows you exactly the steps I've used to grow a 7-figure business in the last 18 months, right? Type that, your best email below for immediate access. So we're capturing something. And then step three in this particular example is we specialize, and this is much more direct depending on your group, we specialize in helping high ticket service providers scale their companies with using virtual assistants and sales funnels. Would you like us to text you the details on how, and to your best number? So that's your real warm traffic, people that like, hey, right now I want information. That's great to have. So your membership questions should in essence be part of your acquisition and part of your organic funnel. People don't always look at what they're doing as a funnel if they're not running ads to a landing page, to a calendar, or to a checkout page. They think that's a funnel. Everything you're doing to talk to people and get them into your business is a funnel. And this is an organic funnel through your group. It can also be paid if you're driving traffic to your group with paid, but you still want to make sure, probably more so if you're paying, right, that you're actually capturing the information. And then, what we're going to really focus on re-engaging with these people. This one is a little more subtle. This group's for entrepreneurs, full transparency. What's the one very specific result where if you saw from this group, it would drastically move the needle in your business? So again, if I got 5 clients, if I learned how to book my calendar full, if I learned how to start conversations, if I learned how to increase my close percentage, what are the people looking for coming into your group? Are we adding the right people? Are we creating the right content? Again, a capture question. What's your best email so we can send our new hottest resources and the link to attend our weekly live streams? Note your email will not be used in any promotional Oh, your email will be used to send promotional material that we think you'll love. Cool. So they put that in there. You can also make a joke and you can take them off your promotion and just add them to your live streams and get more live stream guests. We specialize in helping entrepreneurs scale organically and turn their system into a skill set using PDocs. Would you like us to send you a private message detailing how we do it? Yes or no. So that's what we call a yes post. If they say yes, now when I get into some of my aspects of my SOP later, it's all going to make sense. It's going to come together. So there's multiple examples and multiple different things. How we reverse engineer the entry questions for a more aggressive approach. Group name optimization, how to dial that in based off what's working in the market. The welcome and yes posts. You'll also see me mention that in my other SOP. Definitely very important, and I'll try to show you firsthand what I'm talking about when I go into my Facebook group and go accept a new member or go do the process myself to show you guys. Yeah, we have very basic posts, like example 1, right? Takes under 2 minutes to go through this entire welcome post. Don't wait, you'll miss out on our 52-page document blueprint, free resource, right? Whatever. The headline that grabs them in, grab your copy of our free method right here, and then that gets them into another, lead gen source or another acquisition aspect. Might get them into our masterclass, right? Might get them to opt into an email when they grab that resource that we didn't capture. That might be an SMS campaign. It might take them to a landing page, which gives them the free doc, but then has a bump and an upsell or a booking a call. So it's just leading people down your funnel and having multiple avenues and channels to do so, right? Us as friends on Facebook, that should be part of what we're doing every time, right? So what we do is we attach it right in the thing. Add us as friends in here every week. Our team hosts these. You likely don't want to miss it, yada, yada, yada. Connect to these 4 or 5 profiles, and we loop our profiles, the 4 team members at the time that we're doing this most actively. This is an example from another company, and then there'll be plenty of these. How to reverse engineer the welcome post to build yours based off other ones you're seeing. So this SOP is super, super comprehensive. And again, I'm really trying to cover what's at the tail end, and we haven't even gotten to yet, which is ironic. This is still on yes posts because they're very, very important. Hype for live sessions. This is another thing. If you run a Facebook community and it's information based, it's cutting edge, you have new products, new offers, new services, new hooks, new things to intrigue your marketplace, you should be running live streams, weekly, bi-weekly, once a month minimum, something like that. And that should be the major kind of meat and potatoes of the content and the value that you're dropping to your group. And then we teach you how to hype those posts to get more and more people to turn up, and how to inject calls to action into those to reactivate people who may be lurking in your group, or new members who just might not be active because they're not seeing anything cool or unique or offering value to them, right? When you tell them you're going live and you do it in a big hype like this through a post or an email, the 3 key things, and when we do this right, we're speaking to the right person, that should be kind of ticking boxes in their head. Oh, shoot, they're teaching copywriting and organic messaging and booking calls. Those are the 3 things I'm struggling, right? So knowing your audience, and by capturing that data when we're getting people coming in, telling us what they're looking for, helps us build out this content. There's lots of ways to do it. The 10-minute before hype post, just to re-engage people, and all the different ways that we do this within posts, within email. So a lot of that comes into it, right? Hype SMS. If we've collected SMS, we're also dropping them. So if we're running live streams, we're hitting our SMS pipeline, we're hitting our email pipeline, we're posting it in our groups and on our personal pages and promoting it. The more streams and avenues you hit people with, the more likely they open, see it, and possibly opt in or would like to attend, and then we're going to help them solve a problem. And again, I'm not going to go too much into it, but don't make your live streams just there to talk and to fill up space. Deliver value, right? Ask questions, make them engaging. Make sure you're getting feedback at the end. I always ask my people, what were your biggest takeaway? Did you get anything of value? Is there anything that wasn't clear? And then people are like, dude, that was great. I love this. I love this. That's why you're providing value. If you get a bunch of quiet people or nobody asking questions and takeaways, you're probably going to see your audience dwindle and dwindle as you keep doing live streams. And you might want to restructure your format, which we actually give you in here as well. But yeah, that's like the main SOP that leads up to what I'm going to cover next and what the main focus of this was going to be. I'm sorry that first part was so long, but there's a lot that goes into it. And if I don't do that, I almost guarantee a good portion of people watching aren't doing most of or all of the things that I just mentioned. Or if they are, maybe they're just not doing it with the right objective or the right verbiage to actually, engage and elicit responses. So number 1, be sure your membership questions are optimized. I'm going to run through ours. Number 2, you're probably watching it if you're clicking on it, but that's the video that's included right here that's going over a lot of the examples that are listed here. So there's things that are listed in this document that I can't just drop screenshots. So I covered a lot of it on that document. And I'm going to cover some more in my personal Facebook group momentarily. So these next ones are now that we're actually implementing, right? I've watched the video, I've gone through or reviewed, slowly on this video here, the SOP, and I've kind of dialed that in, or I've reached out and asked about how to get it, whatever that may be, right? So first, you're going to go open and view the new members rating to be accepted, right? So if I go into my group, and pardon me, I'm sure I got DMs because that happens every 2 minutes I'm offline. But let's just say, okay, I only have one new member request, it looks like. Perfect. So first, you're going to go view them, right? And I say, and it's back in the SOP here, I recommend doing these steps via mobile over desktop. Not to say you can't do that. I'm going to try to show you here, but I normally always do this on mobile. So there may be some subtle intricacies that are different from these steps, and I'm going to find that out right now. But going back to the document, now I see this person there. First off, prior to accepting steps 4 and 5. So most people, step 1, they go wrong. They open that and click accept automatically, right? You've kind of already shot yourself in the foot, and you're going to see why right here. Prior to accepting, screenshot their answers to the membership question, which again is why I do it by phone, right? And then prior to accepting, send a friend request. So let's go back in there. Before I do any of this, I'm going to go click on Patricia. If we're not already connected, I'm going to send a connection request. Add friend. Cool. Now let me go back. And then I'm going to view these really quickly, and look how ours are set up. Now, these are very specific. Step 1 is what we're trying to do with these is step 1 is to really engage the sophistication level or how established our clients are. So we want to know if you're entry level, if you're intermediate, or if you're advanced, right? And then that's going to help us how we talk to you, what resources, how that next steps in these next messages will work, right? But we say in here, every week we have in-depth live streams to focus on implementation. Where are you at in your journey? And can we send you some free relevant guides based on your answer? And then we give them 3 choices: under 5K, 5 to 10K, or 15K and up, or whatever the numbers are, 10 to 20K, whatever. I think it's 5 to 10K, 10 to 20K, 20 and up, but whatever. We give them a few choices. What is your best email so we can send you free guides? So this person just put okay. They didn't actually put in and why can't I see that? That thing is hiding on my screen. And if I stop hitting that button, I think I'm going to lose my screen share. So the third one is the most important. I can read you the question, but I'm going to go on my phone because this is where I would be doing this anyway. As I'm reading these steps, I kind of wanted to be doing it on mobile and desktop. So I just brought up my group. I'm going to go look because I never clicked accept yet. This person should still be showing here in my members, which she is. And then she answered yes. Okay, so question number 3, you can see on my screen. I'm reading it off my mobile. What is your, every week, I'm reading them backwards. They're listed backwards on mine. We've generated 100 million plus for our clients. And the first year we launched, we did 1.6 million in 12 months teaching the PDOCS method. Would you be interested in fast tracking your own implementation as quick as possible so you can scale your business, right? So if they say yes to that, which most of them do, again, when I screenshot, that's going to tie in, but it also tie into our yes posts. So now I have a post with a quick little video showing exactly how we did this, what I want them to understand, some of the most impactful aspects of our program that have delivered the greatest results, and then show them how they can get that for themselves, right? So that's what I would do. I would tag them in that post, and I gave a bunch of examples in the SOP. But also, when we go back to, and now that I've sent the friend request, I'm going to hit approve on my phone. It probably also approves here, or it will momentarily. Now let's go back to the SOP. So now that I've approved them, so step 4, screenshot the answers. Step 5, send connection request. Step 6, I just did. Now click accept. Again, just a little note, never do this individually. Do this individual and never click accept all. Once you have multiple people entering, and you guys have all seen this, it'll say accept all. And a lot of people just do that. Yeah, this is quicker than accepting them individually. You're missing out on the opportunity to capture their information individually and then customize your outreach message. So what you're probably doing is clicking accept all, getting a bunch of people into your thing, and then sending out a very central message to everybody. And you're wondering why you're not getting engagement, rather than doing this individually and being able to customize your initial message. So once friend request has been accepted, send DM with a screenshot of their answers. Then accompany that message with a text which is specific to them solving the problem. So for us and those questions that my prospect in that example on my group just answered, right? Is it still there? Or did it go away? Cool, it is still there. So when she answered yes to I want to fast track, so that's going to be my thing. I'm going to send the connection request, and then I'm going to send I'm going to send the screenshot of her answers, and then say, Hey, Patricia, Ray here from, the PDocs group. We saw you just joined and we're happy to have you in our community. We're always looking to grow with other like-minded individuals. Hey, cool thing we do every Thursday, we do live streams into the group. Every other week is an expert guest, and then the opposite week is a special PDocs lesson for you guys to implement and execute. If you take advantage of that, boom, I would send that. So that's a bit lengthy, and you don't have to go that long. Personally, a little tip if you guys are open to it and you're willing to do it. Very few people do, but I do these in voice notes. I very rarely even do them in a text format, but most people do, and I'm cool with that. But I would have said that, and then one more layer deeper. I would either kept that shorter, or I would send one more after that. Hey, by the way, I saw you answered yes to question 3 on our membership questions in looking to fast track your business growth. Can you tell me more about where you're at right now? And that ties right into my conversation on where I'm going to go into the next step here. Right now, we want to number 10, and I'll go back to 9. That kind of goes hand in hand with 8, but since this goes right off of this, I go into my messenger flow. Now that this is where I'm at. I just launched and I got 2 clients, and this is what I'm trying to do. Cool. Can you tell me a little more about those clients? What do you charge? How long does it work? What type of results are they seeing? Right. And we're going to figure out they're probably significantly undercharging. Maybe they haven't achieved results. Maybe they still have some type of confidence or imposter syndrome. So I'm going to really suss out really quickly, but it's a smooth transition, and they are intrigued to reply and actually engage because we accepted them. They accepted our friend request. They saw that we really specialized and kind of isolated or highlighted their answers. And then we asked them, hey, tell me a little more about that. Hey, you mentioned you wanted to know more about this. Cool, I'd love to help you. So I can give you the most applicable resource. Can you just tell me where you're at? Because I don't want to send you something that's like too beginner or too advanced for where you're at right now. And then they're going to reply, right? So, and then number 9 was, we kind of covered that. That goes with number 8. I would be sending out that DM that I do there that goes with the number 7, the screenshot in reply to their answers to your questions. But then when they say yes, I also go and tag them, and I recommend you make a yes post for anybody that said, yes, I want more information. Cool. Hey, you said you wanted more information, and this would be my DM. Check the group. I just tagged you in this post, which has a quick little 5-minute video showing you exactly what you're looking for. And within there's a further call to action, right? That we can talk about how to set up. If you're not using the yes post, or you don't have that set up or built out yet, do your welcome posts, but make them extensive like I talked about. Talk about the value you're delivering. Include some free resources, your best masterclass, your best PDF, your best YouTube clip of delivering top tier training on whatever your expertise is, consulting, coaching, booking appointments, whatever that is. So if you guys do this stuff, that will make a big difference in how to really effectively engage new group members. And if you want to know more about how we teach our clients to do this, we do this very cost effective. Our kind of flagship program right now is only $50 a week to get access to what used to be $6K in the past. So we teach all this and much more high level stuff, but this is very, very valuable for anybody running a group that's either having trouble monetizing and they're missing some stuff from the SOP I covered first, or they are doing some of those things, but they're really just not capitalizing and effectively engaging with the members and getting responses and calls to action and leading to, booked calls or closed deals or checkouts on your website, whatever that may look like. So that should be really helpful for you guys. Just feel free to reach out to me if you want to hear more about how to get that limited access kind of SOP that we give to private clients, or if you want to have any more information about PDocs, it's probably going to be in the description below this video.